Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about why you might not be getting your work done. Now, you can take this perspective that I'm going to say too far, because it's a little bit, it could be interpreted as a little bit soft, this sort of way of thinking. But I do think there's profound wisdom behind it. So there's a quote by Nietzsche. That is, he who, has a how, no, he who has a why can bear almost any how. I think this is at the root of why a lot of people are unproductive. And that's because they're not properly integrated with the purpose behind what they're doing. So, one thing that I think is quite interesting is the human brain is very sort of efficient, and we've basically evolved to be lazy in a sense, and as a way of being efficient about our time, and boredom for the same thing, you know. So if you're, I'll give you an example. So if you're like a hunter-gatherer, you're going to be sort of interested. You're going to get a lot of reward for your work if you're picking lots of berries for a bush. After a while, you're going to need to work harder to pick fewer berries. There are going to be less berries on the bush. They're going to be harder to get to. And this is where the kind of part of your brain that tells you to stop working because it's bored or it doesn't want to work, that's where it kind of comes from. Because at that point, the hunter-gatherer goes, I'm bored of this. Let's go and find another bush to get berries off. It's the exact same thing in the modern world, you know. But the problem is that sort of framework, that sort of mental framework, is not so well adjusted to the real world, where we have different sort of perceiving importance is such a different thing. So you might be doing something that's very important, but it doesn't really feel very important, you know, and you want to do it, but at the same time, the kind of brain, the part of your brain that's been collecting berries for billions of years is like, well, not billions of years, but you know what I mean, is like going, oh, this is a bit boring, let's do something else. The other thing is that we have been given in social media basically a way to pick as many berries as we could ever want, or computer games, stuff like this. This gives us that kind of same feeling, much more than doing work, getting sort of the same dopamine from doing work would ever do. So basically it's a really difficult evolutionary instinct to, it's very inconvenient evolutionary instinct in the modern world, because we're constantly fighting against it. So to get back to that quote, he who has a why can bear almost any how. So I think the answer to this, the question of why you're not doing your work, is maybe you don't have a big enough of a how, big enough of a why, in your life. You know, what is your plan for the next 5 years? And if you don't have one, then it's like, well, that's the reason why. A lot of people I see, that I talk to, who don't really do their uni work, for example, well, they'll say things like, you know, it's like, well, what do you actually want to do with your degree? And it's like, well, I don't really know, you know, I don't really know. You know, I just kind of think, well, no wonder you don't want to do your work if you don't know what you're going to do with it. Because it's like your body knows that, your brain knows that it's stupid. And that's why I think it's so important to get some kind of why going in your life. because then you don't provide excuses for it. Because you have something to aim for that you have to direct your attention from. So with these videos, for example, obviously I enjoy doing them, but I know that I want to hit 400 videos. You know, I know I want to hit 1,000 videos by the end of the summer. You know, these kind of quotas, I want to hit 100 subs. I have these kind of images in my head that has something to aim for. And you need to set up your life like that if you want to be productive. So yeah, I mean, I think it's difficult because people often talk about, oh, I want to find a why, you know, and it's like, you can't really find your why without doing something. But I think you need some kind of target anyway to get you to where you want to be. So there we go, that's my very basic rundown of motivation. Hope you guys found this interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.